It's working. Bear with me because I'm still really not happy with this setup, and it's not feeling quite right. So bear with me. And I will get back to you. But I feel more at home, back in my squat, sitting on my granddad's poof. Got Mama Gaines behind. Mummy. Oh, you can see my granddad actually. Hold on, I'll show you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can see my granddad. My granddaddy and my mummy. They help me do my readings. So let me just clean up all the ash that I just blew over this lovely clean table, which I just sorted out. I hope you're ready for this energy, because this is for Mercury retrograde, and you know that there's lots of talk about it being really stressful and that lots of things go wrong and, you know, all the usual. I tend to not really conform to the usual Mercury retrograde, because I feel like every planetary alignment, the universe is always working out for us. That's what I think. So if you see the Mercury retrograde as a bad thing, then it is definitely going to be a bad thing. I use it as an opportunity to clarify. Just see it on the box of my deck. That's so funny. I'm gonna do a few videos on my YouTube channel to concentrate on the deck and actually teach people how to use it. So if you do purchase a deck, you can have some lessons on actually how to read it effectively. And I'm just going to pull in some energy from the AEIOU Oracle deck, which I have designed and I brought to the market this year, which I am really chuffed about. It has had like 100% resonation. Can you say that? Resonation? Everyone's loved it. So far, so good. And there has been just two men, who said that the card didn't resonate, and they were like, oh, I don't know where that comes from. And the friends that were with them were like, I think that is actually you, which is quite funny. So that might have something to do with the message. Something that you thought wasn't you is absolutely you. Feel like that's a message to start off with. Whilst I was walking the doggies this afternoon, I heard shit's going to hit the fan, but in a good way. So that might mean something to somebody. But I feel, how do I feel when I'm locking onto the cards? I feel like a quiet confidence. I wouldn't say I'm like full of beans. I'd say I'm just like, I'm merry. And we've got the lagoon. Woo! This is lovely energy. This is, I'm happy in my own company. I'm calm, I'm tempered, I'm all right, I'm good. There's an emotional calmness to your being right now. And I feel like you're going into Mercury retrograde in the same energy as me. It's like, we don't have to, get all stressed out. Lovely cacao. So I was called to pull in my little samurai deck, my little Japanese deck, which I haven't used in a very long time. So there must be a message in there for us. And we shall see what that is. I do hope you are all well. I am. So we've got the Two of Cups straight away. So this is. Can you see the little yellow heart? Little yellow heart down the bottom. I don't know whether you can see. Yeah. This just said straight away, confidence in love. As soon as I saw that little yellow heart, confidence in love. And that's the energy of the lagoon. It's like, I'm cool. I'm going to put those back in because that's a bit too many. And the Two of Cups is symbolic of a partnership, a pairing, a celebration of coming together. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Page of Wands in reverse. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And we've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. So to me, this is giving up a bit of a storyline of something that's happened. The Queen of Wands is an action taker. She's traditionally in the tarot deck like the witchy character, the witchy archetype. And she's passionate and she's fiery and she's a doer. She's a get-goer. She's confident, you know, like well-rounded character, but she's definitely action-based. Like, you know that she's going to get the job done. But she also has, you know, like ethereal gifts, let's say, you know, like the witchy. This might be a herbalist or, you know, someone who seems to like always know what they're doing and, you know, where they're going and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like with this being connected to the lagoon, this is you now, okay? But there's this untruth that's happening, and it's still somewhere in your energy. But I feel like it's sort of like they're just showing me you know, like cans on the back of a wedding car. You know, like cans on the back of a wedding car where they're like clunking around behind the car. You know, it's like a tradition. And they're showing me that this is like the old energy that is like bumbling along behind you. And it's like the Page of Wands in reverse is basically like someone who's not prepared to take action. The Knight, like in short, Page of Wands is someone who is, you know, like someone who would say, you know, like, oh, I'm too old for that. Or like, you know, I feel like the Page of Wands in reverse is someone who's like an excuse, you know, making excuses, procrastinating, all that kind of stuff. And then the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not quite ready. I'm not good enough. You know, like, I'm not prepared for this, you know. And then the Ace of Swords on top of that is basically telling me that that was like a lie that you were telling yourself. And I feel like now you're in this Queen of Wands energy, you know, like you're seeing this past thing. You're actually understanding, no, I can actually do this. Like, I've proven to myself that I can do this. And the Queen of Wands doesn't actually have to be a woman. It can be a man as well. It's just the feminine energy. So you're learning how to nurture yourself, you know, like, and like take a more creative approach to your actions. Like, you're getting creative in how you use your time, how you use your energy. And I feel like that is what is creating this emotional stability. That's what I'm going to say, like emotional stability and this confidence in partnership. So whether this was a job that you wanted to go into, I feel Bob. They've just said Bob Taskin. Does that mean anything to anybody? I hardly ever get names. Bob Taskin. That's so random. For somebody who's coming across this reading, this partnership with Bob Taskin. That's mental. So this, okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then we've got the Five of, okay, so what I'm getting from this is this is like the other aspect of self. Like, I feel like I'm getting for you that home or mum or female figure in your life wasn't a good role model, wasn't someone that you could aspire to. Like, that's not to say that she was a horrible person. That's not to, if it was the Queen of Swords in reverse, I would be saying something completely different. But we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which to me means that someone struggled to find stability. Someone's female inspiration was not like a homebody. But I feel like you're understanding this and you're turning the situation round, because you've got the Five of Coins there in reverse. Now, the Five of Coins in the upright actually means like a poverty, scarcity mindset, but we've got this in reverse. So I feel like you're actually becoming very, very aware that this feminine archetype that you have been aspiring to or taking inspiration from or had to look up to wasn't, like, you're understanding why this hasn't been the archetype that you should have been looking up to, if that makes sense. Like, and this, like, and I feel like I want to bring my mum into this conversation, because my mum overgave to everyone and everything in her, like, her whole world. And for me, her family suffered, and not because she was a terrible person, but because her home life wasn't very nice, and she didn't know and have the tools to be able to make it stable. So it wasn't that she was a bad person. It wasn't that she was doing anything wrong as such. It was because she was making choices that weren't, like, investing in herself. She wasn't putting herself first, and therefore, because she kept putting everybody else first, it led our family to feel quite unstable. But that wasn't just my mum's fault. That was, there was no fault. So that's just like a kind of storyline that might come up with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, and my mum relied very heavily on my dad, and didn't feel like she could, do life on her own without dad because of the finances. Not because she couldn't actually look after the four of us on her own. She absolutely bossed that. But just the financial part of it. The Queen of Pentacles is very much like the financials, the home, the independence, the material possessions, the providing for, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what else comes up. I want to know what this partnership is about. So this card flipped over, and I asked, what is this partnership about? Something that would, I mean, you can see this. You can see the card and the sun. There's not normally two figures on the sun. Yeah. And this came out in reverse. So I asked, what was this partnership about? And we've got the yellow matching. So this is about confidence in a partnership, in healing a partnership. The sun speaks of, I mean, I don't, it's such a weird feeling that I'm getting from it, because I don't normally talk about star signs or anything like that, but I'm getting very strongly that something happened in Leo season, and I can't even remember the dates for that. So something that might have happened in Leo season that needed to be healed. or something to do with a Leo that needs to be healed. But these could be like dancing, playing, wrestling, like they look happy and relaxed, I mean, it could be to what do you call it? What are the fighters called? Sumo. The sumo guys, could be a couple of sumos wrestling. So we're asking more questions in regards to this being confident and partnership. And I'm seeing this yellow bowl. Can you see in her hand? This is the Justice card. Can you see the yellow bowl? So the yellow is giving me about this confidence. Like you didn't, the justice of this situation. So you've got 2 Arcana cards, which to me means like this is fated, this, and we've got a High Priestess on the reverse, something that you didn't see before. So the Justice card is a woman and she's measuring. So she's holding the string and the stick is balancing between this yellow cup and the weight. And the storyline that they're giving me from seeing this picture, the energy, is that you are actually weighing your confidence against this situation. Like, can I actually do this? Can I actually do this? Is my confidence, is who I am enough to be able to take on this weight, the weight of a partnership, a weight of, of a proper relationship? That's what I'm hearing, a proper relationship. Even with friends, like, please don't take that as just a relationship with another human being. Because if you think, if you have had very superficial relationships with your friends previously, and then you actually have to invest and become intimate and build rapport and be there for a friend, you have to invest, you have to put energy in, like you have to be there for that friend so that they can be there for you. So I just think it's really interesting that the High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck, because that's 3 Arcana cards in a row. And I feel like the gravity they give, that's the word, gravity, the gravity of this partnership, relationship, whatever ship, you didn't feel like you were worthy. You hadn't had like enough experience or whatever it was. As I said, like there's some old storyline just jigging around in the back of your energy here. And it's like this, like when you met this person, or when you met this friend, or when this job opportunity came up, this whatever partnership this is, right? Please take it where it resonates. When it came into your intuition, when this was downloaded to you, when it was shown to you in maybe like visions and dreams and all that kind of stuff, you were like, holy shit, I can't do that. Like, I've never done that before. No, like all this is just like, lies that you've been telling yourself to keep you away from this wonderful thing, this confidence in relationships, this confidence in love. And the King of Wands is here as well, which is, I'm going to put him up there. He is the boss. He's the big bad boss. Like, and I don't mean bad as in like he's a baddie. I mean like big bad boss. Like, you are in charge. No one messes with the King of Wands, and he is sitting there in his power, chilling, because he knows that he's going to get the job done. And this is the Queen of Wands now and the King of Wands. So this is a partnership that's paired together in fire. The wands symbolize fire. This is 2 passionate people with the same kind of energy. What is going on with the balloons? It's so bizarre. Oh my God, that's just made my heart jump for some reason. Oh. maybe that was a celebration for somebody. Oh, your heart just popped at the thought of you and this person being the same, being a pair, being equal. That's what the Two of Cups is all about. Equal pair together. Let's go. Yeah, that's what it means. Two of Cups. So have we got anything else? They're showing me, right, they don't want me to go there. They want me to go to this one, Golden Oldie. I actually love this deck. It's so cute. So this was one of the first decks I ever bought, and I literally, every single reading that I've done with this has been absolutely insane. Like, insane. So let's see what it's just been calling me while I have been gassing away. And they're asking me to concentrate on the High Priestess. So what was the vision? What was the vision that came to you that may have scared the shit out of you? What was the huge responsibility? What was the weight? What was the big weight? What was the big weight? Oh, I feel like they're just gonna smash. You know when they healing. So these have come out sideways, okay? So we've got healing, Seven of Stones. We've got clearance. And then we've got insecurity sideways, okay? So this is stuff that this is the weight. This is energy. So how I would read this, all coming out sideways, is this is all the stuff that had to be let go. This is the process that you knew that you had to go through to be able to honor this relationship, to honor this partnership up here. So we've got healing sideways, we've got clearance sideways, and we've got insecurity sideways. Like, these are all things that you are currently moving through, and you are finding evidence in your life to show you that you are winning, like, or getting through these things. Like, you know that you've had healing to do. You knew that you had to clear some bullshit. Like, this old energy that I was talking about, these cans, these were once like proper inside you, had a hold of you, and now they're just like, you know, diddly-dee outside. And this insecurity about having a relationship like this. Yeah. Like this could be for some about going for a better job, or wow. Ooh. I'm just going to show you what, I hope you saw how that moved, because it's going to help you understand the energy. So you've got sent a request to be in your live video. Oh, I'd love you to be in my live video. Can I finish my reading first though? Is that all right? So this is the Three of Swords. But if you can see the Three of Swords, but you can see the word on it is jealousy. Okay. Right. So let me break this down for you, because if you haven't had a family that has been cold, has not built good relationships, has, you know, been broken, has had a lot of dark times, has a lot of unstable behavior, whatever that looks like for you. If you have come from a home that has felt really, really unstable, and whatever format that looks like to you, whatever format that looks like, if you went on and actually became happy in your life and did well in your life and moved away from your family and you know, did the absolute best for yourself, I feel like there would be members of your family, members of, you know, like past, um, but right, the way that I can help you understand this is, if you were like the black sheep of the family, or if you knew that there was like a better life away from your family, and you had to make the choice, do I stay and, you know, carry on with this drama, carry on with the gossip, carry on in this vein, or do I leave and separate myself and, you know, and start a new life for me? Yeah. And this could, I feel like this could be a working situation as well, or a friend situation, or something that you're moving away from, and something that you have to break is actually causing like this really tense feeling within you that you're gonna like upset people and make people mad, and that people are going to be jealous, and, you know, like there's going to be resentment and all this kind of stuff. But it's because they're not choosing, they don't want to choose to be better. Like, I really hope that you can understand that, because you can't be responsible for other people and the way that they live their lives. You can only be responsible for your life. And this energy of the past, whether this is an ex, or, you know, like I'm getting for some, like someone that you worked with, like the one, I want to share this with you. Like, if you break up with someone, like if they were your friend, or, you know, like for whatever reason, you stop being friends, you stop being in a relationship, you stop working for someone, don't ever, ever, ever like turn your back on them. Don't slag them off. Don't blame them. Don't like be vengeful. Like, walking away in peace and love is the best thing that you can do for yourself and for them. You don't have to, you know, like have a slanging match. You don't like, some people can be in your lives for a reason or a season, for life, whatever. Don't challenge the universe when someone exits your life. Don't challenge the universe, because the universe always sees more than what you do, and you have your own life to live. And if you're not doing it for yourself and you're doing it to keep other people happy, you will end up like basically ruining your life, and you'll become so resentful of other people, because you'll say, oh, they kept me stuck, oh, they did this, oh, they made me feel so bad, oh, I had to do this to make, you know, to keep them happy. That's not life. It may be something that we're taught in society, but that's not life, just so you know. So I just want to share that with you, because the feeling or the want to keep others happy is what I see so much with my clients, and it's painful. It's really painful. You know, adults keeping themselves in situations where they're unhappy and hurt. Yeah. This is the sun in reverse. So this is, you've got two suns in reverse. Like 1, 2. Two suns in reverse. And this is the situation. You are hurting yourself. You hurt this relationship. This relationship was broken. It could be the relationship you have with yourself, because of this trying to keep other people happy, trying to be something for everyone and nothing to yourself. Such a common thing. The Guardian. This person, this energy, this feeling, this could be the family. This is an old narrative. That's what I'm getting. Really old narrative, and it's it's in your, like, it's in the love category. That's what it's a bond of some description. It's a separation, or something that needs to be separated from. The Guardian is like the gatekeeper. That's the energy that I get from the Guardian card. It's like the gatekeeper, you know, like to the underworld, or it's just like, or they're just they're making me go funny. They're giving it to me like it's the gateway to your dark side. Like this person is like keeping you in a dark place. This could be where your like addictive behaviors come from, or behavior patterns that you're wanting to, you know, move away from. And maybe this is the reason why your healing, the clearance, and the insecurity are still like this, up and down, seesawing, is because this energy is gatekeeping. Now, this could look like someone who, you know, says like, you know, if you go, you don't love me. And, you know, like I'm getting, for some, this could look like emotional manipulation. You know, like I'm getting that someone could be like trying to hurt themselves or hurt other people. Like a gatekeeper is someone who is like steadfast and not moving. But it's from a dark place. It's not from like the Leo energy where you get the strength. It's not overcoming the devil. It's like becoming the devil, like losing yourself, losing your like they're showing me, and this won't be the same for everyone, but they're basically showing me like an older woman, and like her skin and her hair and her nails and everything is like aging incredibly quickly, and like almost like her skin's falling off to become that, because she's guarding like this darkness so intently and ferociously. That's it. It's like, I feel for some this could be like you know, like every family's got their own like legends and stories, and you know, grandpa did this, and you know, grandma was like this, and you know, there's stories that get passed down through generations, and they mean different things to you know, to each of us. And I feel like this energy is almost like holding on so tightly to narratives that are not serving her or anybody else, and it's becoming like, I just keep seeing this werewolf. This werewolf keeps coming through all my readings, and I'm not hearing it like the wolf. It's the werewolf. Like this energy is, oh God, this energy is like there's two faces. There's two faces to this. And this is, I feel like this is where your intuition's coming in as well. Because I was asking, what's this high priestess about? So we'll just, I feel like the lagoon energy is calling us in to say that you have actually separated yourself from this, or you're trying to separate yourself from this. It feels like it's gone dead. No? I feel like this energy, this guardian, this gatekeeper energy is instructing you in some format. and like not, like I feel like it's not act like yourself. Where do I want to go? It's not making you act like yourself. I don't even know. They're not even giving me any cards to read on. Let's see if I can. Who's this person who wants to come on? Let's see if I can get someone on the reading. No, is it working? No, didn't work. Right, okay, I'll carry on. Right, so I'm going to go. Oh,
sorry, we'll turn it around. There we go.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. Come on then. What do you want to ask? Why are you resonating with the reading?
It was funny. I accidentally requested to join and then saw that it disrupted you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. But then as I listened more and more to your reading, I was like, oh, she's talking about my life.
That normally is the case.
She's talking about my life. So it ended up, I mean, thank you for letting me just a minute.
Who's the little voice?
This is my oldest.
Hello, you. How are you?
You're good. We can't see you though. Let's see if there's something I need to do. Video. That's to turn it off. Let's see. That's okay. Anyway, and I only just caught kind of halfway through the reading, but then what I did here again, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is everything that I've been doing recently. This negative energy in my life. There was actually two people, but then when you described the older woman, it sounds a lot like my mother, and everything that I've done. I am currently in a relationship that is very similar to my mother that I'm separating from because I feel I see the healing and I see the awareness and I see where I have pulled this kind of person into my life, or this person has been in my life. My husband and now we're separating because this energy is very similar to my mother's, and it's just not good and keeping me in that place that I've been in my whole life. So anyway, I just all of it resonates. All of it seems like, again, just seems like you're talking about my life, and it's very revealing the way that it resonates, because the healing, the insecurities, the patterns, all of those things that I've worked on to get to the place where I can be my authentic self and show up in my life that way. So
what would it mean to you to be able to find balance? What does that look like for you? What's that vision?
When I see myself, and I do, and I feel like I'm on the cusp of this person that I am, this person that has just been like just waiting for the opportunity, and it is living full out, living full out, happiness, joy, not afraid of being seen anymore, but just living full out. I have a passion to help people, and I am a coach, and I just haven't been able to really go full out that way. And I feel like because of this is going to transform me. It's going to be very transformational. I'm right on the cusp of it.
How can I support you with some information to help you move forward? So how can this reading be supportive? Because it will be supportive to the community.
Okay.
What's the, if you could have like a looking glass into the energy that you need, and the you know, an answer to a question, or you know, what would that be?
You know, I feel like there was a lot of confusion with my current relationship with my husband, because it was very emotionally manipulative. And the more aware of it, I started setting boundaries. But the more boundaries I set, the more manipulative he became. And he tells me he's one thing, but then I know and I feel and I sense that he's not. And it's just trusting myself, trusting my intuition, trusting, you know, the knowledge that I feel like I've been given and the clarity that I've been given. But sometimes I question, sometimes I do. And I think that's just a normal process of trying to get away and break this trauma bond that we've had. He victimizes, and he's tried to pull me into that for so long. And now I am just like, I am not the victim. I am not helpless. I am not weak. I am strong, and I can do this, and I'm going to. So maybe just more clarity with that, because I think that will help me move through this process a lot easier, and just again go full into my coaching business.
Well, the cards that came out when you were speaking, I was asking for support for you, and I always like, when I'm trying to clarify for somebody and give, you know, a firm answer, I don't, you know, my guides give it to me, you know, like in punchy form, and they couldn't have really given it to me any clearer. So you've got the Temperance card, and this will resonate with anyone who comes across this reading, because there's simple factors that we need to look for when we're going into relationships, and we have to decide what we're going to tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
So the first card that came out was the Temperance card, and you can see the two people and the love heart in between. So they're, you know, the love that is shared between two people, whatever partnership that is, has to be mutual, and, you know, and both and all, and balanced from the start. I mean, obviously there's a little there's a dance that we do when we get in relationships, and we sort of test each other, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And it's saying basically finding the balance within yourself, you know, giving to yourself as much as you give to somebody else. That will put you in good stead for turning the relationships that you haven't been able to celebrate in upside down.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like in relationships that you've found where they haven't worked out, it's basically saying to you, always go back to that balance, always go back to yourself, and be confident in the decision that you make.
Mm-hmm.
Because people's actions will tell you how they're going to treat you.
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes that's like the hardest thing for us to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, I hold myself accountable, and I have said this throughout. I hold myself accountable for allowing this to happen, allowing him to treat me this way. But I didn't have the self-worth. I didn't have that. And when I started to gain that, and I gave so much love to myself, it's like I just started feeling and knowing that I deserved better.
Yeah.
And I started putting boundaries, and, you know, this isn't okay anymore. This isn't, you know, and I started growing from this relationship in ways that I never would have imagined. And a part of me is like, okay, it's been hurtful, but also this was an opportunity. This was an opportunity to grow and to transform. And look at what you've done. Look at who you are now. So.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what the cards are saying to finish off. They're basically saying that your emotional fulfillment is the only thing that you should be looking for. Because if you're concentrating on your emotional fulfillment, then the person that you meet is going to be concentrating on their emotional fulfillment. Two full people makes, like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like one cup that's full, it's two cups coming together and, you know, and celebrating. That's the two of cups, two full cups. So everything that you do to yourself, every balance that you find, every piece of love that you put into yourself, it's only going to be replicated in the outside world.
Yeah, I feel that. And I have felt the shift in the focus going from, you know, worrying about what he's doing, what he's not doing. And I've been like, but that's not, you don't have to worry about that anymore. That's not your job. That's not your responsibility. That is not your role. You know, you and you know, giving to yourself that emotional fulfillment. And when I do that and I shift that focus, it's like, oh, I feel it. I feel amazing. I feel like I can conquer the world, and everything that I desire and want is going to be given to me, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You're already in the thick of it sounds like.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on this reading. It was even though it was an accident for you asking, I always love to go with it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it was very spontaneous, but it was meant to be, and I appreciate you, and wow, this was special.
I think it's really lovely that you came on and you actually bit the bullet and like answered my invitation back, even though it was a mistake. But I was just going to offer, if you would like any support with your coaching, I am absolutely here for it. If you want to message me afterwards, I definitely give you some pointers in the right direction.
I would love to.
Right, I'm going to finish off the reading now, but thank you so much for joining me. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for sharing that space with me.
Mine as well. Thank you so much.
I wonder if I can get you off though now. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Right, okay. So have we got any more people asking to come on? No. Right, okay. So I'm going to finish off the reading. Can I just say I love stuff like that. So if anyone ever wants to come on a reading, I'm really open to it. I resonate so deeply with everyone and anyone that comes on to my readings, and I love sharing the space. And if you want some free coaching, if you want to ask questions, anything like that, it's so welcome. Whether you want to go through YouTube or Instagram, whichever, it's all great for me. I love it. I love connecting with you all out there. So I'm just going to finish the reading by pulling in a little bit of energy just to close the reading. And I'm using the Lagoon card, as you can see, just to pull something to finish off with and to close. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse again. This is the second time that it's come out in this reading. And there's this unprepared feeling, right? And I want to talk about this because I love the unprepared. Like, I absolutely thrive in the unprepared. I'm the person that you want to call if you're launching a business or trying something new, or like, you know, I don't know, just starting out in therapy or whatever that looks like, because I am the queen of imperfect. I will start wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, even if I'm still in my pajamas, I will start, because from so much experience, I have learned that you are never prepared for anything. You're never prepared to have a baby. You're never prepared to become a parent. You're never prepared to have a relationship. It doesn't happen. I think so much of the jargon and spiritual talk and, you know, therapy talk about having relationships and not being ready for relationships and staying out of relationships and all this kind of stuff. It's like, if you're with the right person and you are working together, there is nothing that you can't do. And that is what, like, every relationship, I'm doubling back on the first part of the reading, every single person that comes into your existence is a tool to learn to grow. The universe does not want you to be sad. The universe is always working out for you. So if you look at every single relationship, whatever that is, as being the best thing for you, even if it's driving you up the wall and triggering you and making you feel all these different emotions, it's there for a reason. Like, you're never going to be prepared. You're just not. And it's up to you to make the choices that you need to be able to turn the Empress. That's such a lovely image. Right, you've got the Empress in reverse, and you've got the Four of Wands. The artwork, all of the artwork today has been two people standing together. This is about building new relationships. Mercury retrograde is here to cause the necessary environment for you to be able to have the best. The Empress in reverse is basically saying, like, everything, like, things need to go wrong. You need to, like, you don't learn anything when you're in a happy place. You don't. You're skipping around enjoying stuff. Like, you know, when you're on holiday and on the beach and relaxing, you're not learning how to do life. You're living it. The universe has to send you the shittest relationships on the planet so that you can learn the necessary skills so you can have the best. Like, that is how it works. If you didn't have, right, this is one of the main reasons why I disagree with the format of therapy so much, because they don't address, like, to say someone has got an insecure attachment style or like an avoidant attachment style, like, basically what you're doing is putting someone into a box. For me, this is my belief system from what I witness about human beings and being in relationships, is that like, your attachment changes all the time. Like, all the time. You can be in a relationship that has a really secure attachment and get on absolutely fabulously, and then someone has grief and loses their safety and cannot be in a relationship anymore. So they become avoidant or anxious or whatever. Like, your attachment style changes. It changes all the time. It's not like you're an avoidant and therefore you're always an avoidant and that's the way you are, cemented into a box, and then you just go around your life being an avoidant. That's no. You're a human being and you can change. You reflect the energy that you have with different individuals. So if you have only had a home life where you saw your parents, like, argue every single day, like, let's just put that out there, you will feel like it's completely natural to spend your relationship arguing every single day. Like, you are playing out the programming which you have learned from when you were a child. Like, that is really simple, and it can change. Like, awareness is such a powerful tool. We've got the Four of Wands and the Three of Wands. This to me is like working together. Two people who actually want to grow can grow. Two people that actually want to have a relationship and want to find the love of their lives and want to have a serious relationship and want the final destination will get it if they work together. This is about, like, this is about understanding the fund. I'm getting a kind of funny energy from this one. Like, this, for me, this Three of Wands is speaking about getting your facts straight, right? You have to go and be on your own, right? Away from everybody, away from your fucking parents, away from your friends, away from everyone, and I mean like no other person's opinion or expectation matters in this thing that you're building. And you have to find the fundamentals, the morals, the values, the absolutely cannot live without things that you need from a relationship. You have to build that relationship. You have to be sure about what you want, what is your fulfillment. And everyone is different. Everybody's love language is different. You cannot go to a relationship counselor and expect them to build your relationship for you. If you have started a relationship not having the same values and morals and all this kind of stuff, then you're going to have to learn or be aware of it. Like, it's so much harder to build a relationship when you're already so far down the line. Like, you're basically going to have to crumble the relationship and start again, and basically say anything that happens previously has got, like, it's not us anymore. We've changed. We're not that person anymore, and start again, start afresh. But if you're starting a fresh relationship, you have to go in there and say, this, you know, these are the things that I want in this relationship. Because if you do not make a contract, and I don't necessarily mean marriage, I mean like an agreement. You have to make a conscious agreement about what you want this relationship to be. Do you want it for 5 minutes? Do you, you know, is it just whatever? Like, look, let's not get into that because that's just a waste of time. You have to decide very clearly what are your I can't live without. That's how you win. 6 of Wands. This is the Wands energy. This is the two people. This is the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands that we got at the start of the reading. What's all this? It's passion. Passion, fire, passion, drive. Like, if you are picking someone who doesn't have the same, like, just being rude, like, if you are trying to have a relationship with someone who doesn't have the same, like, fundamental things as a relationship, it cannot go anywhere. It's not fulfilling. You're basically trying to push a cart uphill. You're trying to push someone into having a relationship they don't really want. Like, you've got to make, like, and it's even harder to get away from, because you can't, in these relationships where someone is taking from the other one, if it's not balanced, if it's not reciprocal, it's like that relationship becomes a black hole and it's harder to leave. That's why emotionally abusive and physically abusive relationships are so hard to get away from, because they become a black hole. Like, I'm going to do some videos on this to help people in their relationships, because they don't talk about this shit energetically, and it needs, like, everyone would be so much healthier and happier if we understood the energetics of what is actually happening consciously, like, make energy talk conscious, because these relationships are really hard to leave, because you lose all your self-worth in the process of trying to keep this relationship together. Like, and the thing that you need is two people working towards a relationship, working towards the same energy, you know, giving as much as they're taking. That's the only way that the relationship can work. If you've watched this reading and you want me to do some videos and some information videos about, like, relationships and stuff like that, I'm going to be sharing a lot of information and bits and pieces on my new page, Gemma Gaines, which is literally just basically all my knowledge that I'm going to be piling on there for free. Yeah, I really hope this reading was useful. There's a lot in there. I think we've done an hour. I haven't done a long reading like that for so long, and I'm so chuffed that we had a guest as well. That's so lovely. I'm just chuffed. I'm chuffed. I'm not quite okay in my space yet, but I will be. And if you want to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that kind of stuff, it really does help me connect with your energy. I love to hear from you. I'm just chuffed. And if you want to buy a deck, my deck, so excited. If you want to buy a deck, you can have a look in the description boxes and links to my website. You can buy that there or on Etsy. We are on there as well. But thank you so much for joining us this evening. I can't believe we've done an hour. Wow. So I'm going to upload a couple more readings onto YouTube, but otherwise I'm going to say good night. Oh, sorry, just closing off YouTube.